Notion is the king of knowledge management. Powerful, flexible databases, beautifully aesthetic views and layouts, and now with a whole suite of new features like forms and Notion Mail on the way, Notion has become the go-to space for 100 million knowledge workers. But the one feature that's still slightly lacking is automations. So instead of waiting for Notion to build all of the automation features that I was hoping for, I went ahead and built my own tool that lets you build your own custom AI-powered workflows on top of your Notion pages, databases, and workspaces. I'm really excited to share it with you, and in this video, I'll be showing you how to build a couple of automations with this new tool. So the tool is called Bizway, and it is a 100% no-code workflow builder, and we can now use Notion as the input and output for our workflows. So the way to do it, you start by adding a new workflow, and this is what the automation builder looks like. I'll be talking about each section in detail, but what I think you're going to like is that we can now use Notion docs as the knowledge base for our workflows, as well as the output for the result product of our AI workflow. So to demonstrate, I'm going to be building a Notion YouTube ideas brainstormer. And this workflow is going to be pretty simple. It's going to run every day at 9 a.m. to brainstorm a new YouTube idea and add it into this video ideas database in my Notion workspace. How do we do it? The first thing is we're going to select from my Bizway docs, we're going to select the memory option, which is just all of the background information that Bizway actually stores about my business. So that's just some context about what my business offers, who are my target markets, things like this, just some general context that's going to be useful for the video idea brainstorming. And then we're going to add an instruction for the workflow. So click this. You can see that Bizway has a few different modules that let you write text, generate images, charts, summarize URLs, loop through items. There's a lot that you can do with this workflow builder, but for now we're just going to use this Ask AI step. And this is where we're just going to give our instruction. We're going to keep it quite simple. We're going to say, based on everything, video idea, timestamps, and a YouTube video description. And we're going to call this our YouTube idea. Save the module. The next step is I'm going to ask Bizway to generate a thumbnail for our YouTube video idea. Call this our thumbnail, image. And those are the only two steps that we need for this workflow. So the last thing I need to do is just select the output. Where do we want the result of this AI workflow to be published? So we have some options. We can create a new document in Bizway, edit existing documents, publish to Webflow, and now we can add to Notion. So I can choose between a Notion database or page. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to publish, as I mentioned, to this video ideas database here. And Bizway is going to have access to any Notion databases which you add your integration token to. There's more details about that inside the Bizway tutorials platform, but for now, just know that it's not going to have access to all your Notion databases, only the ones that you select to connect. So here I want to select this video ideas database, and this is where it's really cool, because if you've ever used a tool like Zapier or Make, it's very fiddly and finicky to select every single property. You need to map everything. So we don't have any of that, no field-to-field mapping. All we need to do is give a simple plain text instruction, and Bizway's AI is going to figure out how to add your new document into the selected database. So what I'm going to say is sort the above document, and that's it. So before setting this up as an automation, let's just run it once and test it out. Okay, workflow complete. Let's check out our newly added idea. So, step-by-step tutorial on building a fully automated customer onboarding workflow. Pretty cool. It's generated this workflow diagram image. Then we've got our video outline with some quick tips at the bottom. So if I want this to run every day, so that every morning I go into my calendar and I'll see a new idea with a little outline for me to get started. I can choose to use it or not, but if I want that to show up in my calendar in Notion every morning, all I need to do is turn on the automation schedule. It's now going to run every day at 9 a.m. It's going to brainstorm that idea, give an outline, and generate an image, then send it all to my Notion database. Here's another example of a workflow that I built. This one is just looking up a URL, in this case wired.com. It's going to summarize the top 5 tech stories of the day, and then it just publishes it in this Tech Digests page. Every day, it summarizes the top stories of the day and puts them in my Notion database here. So there's a lot that you can now do with this workflow automation builder in Bizway. You can even select Notion documents as the input for the workflow. So if you have a strategy document or a content example or a list of keywords, you can use that as the input for your workflow, get AI to do some work on it, and then send it back to Notion in the database of your choice. Combining that with the automation schedule just adds a nice extra layer of functionality for your Notion workflows. So this Notion integration is still very fresh in Bizway. Please do try it out. Leave me a comment with the use cases that you want to see. If you have questions about how to build or automate something using Bizway with Notion, let me know. And if you do want to try it out, you can try it free for 7 days by going to bizway.io. Thanks for watching.